Hi everyone, welcome. It is Wednesday, Inquiring Minds. So it is current topics questions today. We're diving in whatever current topics are going on. And I I did see a comment earlier that there's someone here that's tired of the politics. We totally understand. Totally
Right.
understand, but we're in the middle of it, and today is one of the days that I do cover current topics, which includes politics, but doesn't limit it to it. Hi, Kevin. Welcome.
Hey, Debbie. So good to be here.
Thank you for being here. How is your week going?
It's good. It's been a bit busy. I just posted my 2024 predictions, which I felt like I kind of rushed to get done, but some of the stuff was already happening that I was predicting, so it's like I need to hurry up and get this out there. But besides that, really good.
You're trying to get the 2024 predictions in before the end of January. Is that the goal?
I just got them done, so I just posted them yesterday. Yeah, that was my goal, but it was like some stuff were starting to happen. So I was like, I just need to get this done. I'm going to keep pushing it. It's not going to be perfect. If I need to do a part two, I'll do a part two. But besides that, I'm glad that I have that out. Now I'm really going to try to focus in on getting a Reiki class put together. So.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I got to get a bit motivated with that, but I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, good.
And can I just say, Debbie, I love your intro. Did you do that yourself?
I did do it myself.
I'm going to have to talk to you about helping me with an intro or something.
I would love to. Ooh. So, all right. Gotcha, June. So go ahead and put your questions in, and I'll start them, and then we'll start diving into them. But
yeah,
Rebecca says she's going to still watch. Thank you, Rebecca. We love you too. We love you too, but we totally get it. Sometimes.
At least we're not like the news, and it's like breaking news, and it's the same news all day for a week.
All day long.
At least we keep it we're open to other topics, and I don't know. There's just so much going on that we have to talk about. It's like every week there's like a whole year's worth of news. It feels like.
Yeah. So Sherry says, "Hi, Sherry. Please tell me that they will sit Big Mouth Trump and his and tell him to shut up." Well, apparently they did.
Yeah.
At the E. Jean Carroll, while E. Jean Carroll was trying to testify, Trump was being obnoxious and talking really, really loudly, purposely, apparently, to his team, his attorney team or whatever. And the judge snapped at him.
Good.
Told him to.
I saw a couple of posts with Midas Touch that even the judge was going after his lawyer Hava. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just saw this headline here in regard to that.
Well, you have a jury too, so you can't be making remarks like that and trying to sway a jury. I mean,
I mean, you know his game.
Yeah, right. I think the judge is going to kick him out of the court or isolate him from everybody.
Yeah, I would. I mean, but of course, I'm not the judge, so. Cindy Lou's like, "Are you sure it was Trump?" No. All right. Thank you for putting these in capitals because I'm certainly seeing them. It makes it easy. All right. I'll just start this piece. All right. Well, looks like Luna. Did you hear me start talking? I've been down here working in my office all quiet this whole time. And as soon as we get on and I'm chit-chatting with you, she hears and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to come in. She's talking."
She probably feels all the loving energy from us in the community.
There you go. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. So a lot of people are bringing up Trump's hand, 45's hand. He has some wounds on it, and I do have a picture here. I have
Oh, I hadn't heard.
of it. Sissy sent me and I was going to talk about it today as well. Anyway, but it looks like people are bringing it in. But let me get to it. See if I can bring it in there so y'all can see it. But
Ooh.
see on his hands.
Yeah.
So, the initial thing that just comes right in when I'm taking a look at that is looks like a burn.
Yeah.
Like he grabbed something and it was hot.
Yeah, for me, it kind of feels like a blister that maybe you would get from a burn or like a rash or something.
Yeah, I mean, but it's in an interesting place where you would get
where you would grab something, yeah, like a handle.
So anyway, but we'll take a look at it. I mean,
Yeah.
We'll try to figure it out. So how's everybody doing? Welcome in. Thanks for popping in. We are blessed to be together today. And I hope that you're finding things to be grateful for in your day that make you smile, laugh, find joy. Super important this year to keep that vibration going as well. Let's keep it all balanced. Let's not stay in the angst. We got to find that joy.
I'm with everybody that's saying it was ketchup on Trump's hand.
Yeah. Jim says it looks like a magic marker. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right. All right, so we can go into the questions here. It looks like we have some here. It's all right, Unique.
Okay.
Hi, Unique One. So, awesome, Tony. I like it. And just, okay. Yeah, a lot of people are going to that mirror now, but we'll take a look at it a little bit closer. Mm-hmm. All right. Will the 2024 Paris Olympics be safe?
It's really interesting because I did say yesterday, I think in 2024, people are fighting for justice, and that's whatever they believe to be true. But with some of the events with the Middle East being a little unstable at the moment, I did feel like there was maybe some terrorism activity in Europe, and I was picking up France, specifically Paris. But I don't think it's the Olympics because I do feel like there's an overwhelming sense of security there. But we can throw some cards on it.
Yeah, let's throw cards on it. When I'm initially kind of stepping into it, they reminded me of my 2024 predictions, and I also felt some unrest in the UK. I didn't have a specific, but I did get some specific unrest in the UK in 2024.
Yeah, I was picking up on UK too.
So, but I didn't. I totally forgot about the Olympics being in Paris. But when I stepped in Paris, I do feel like they're taking extraordinary. They use the word extraordinary measures as far as security goes in regard to the Olympics in Paris. It doesn't mean they haven't squashed some plans, but they definitely are on the watch. Yeah. They also have I just heard they have a watch list. So they're keeping their eye out for sure. I'm going to throw cards.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%, Debbie. When I tapped into it, I immediately felt like the security measures, I think, are like the most important aspect to it. It feels like it's really going to be huge for the security. I do feel from just throwing some cards that there might be plans, but it doesn't feel like it's an all-out, attack, or like I'm not getting like the tower or anything like that. So I'm kind of feeling from just a couple of the cards that I threw that any plans would be thwarted. Yeah, the card that I have representing the situation is the Four of Pentacles. So it's kind of like they're holding on for security.
They're holding.
They're holding the fort down,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and they're watching. They're watching like all the world with the Three of Wands. So they're ready. But I do feel like there is somebody planning it. I don't know. I have this King of Swords, and normally that's not a negative card, but I did have a bit of a not great feeling when I saw it. In this deck, he's coming through as a little hard, like he's ready for battle. And 10 of Wands, so there's some stresses there, but they're going to overcome those stresses.
It's a lot of work to try to keep wraps of, and I also feel like they're uniting with other entities to keep everybody safe. I don't think Paris is doing it alone with their own little people. I think
other countries are kind of coming in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And my last card out is the Lovers, so they're making deals. So maybe that's kind of like the collaborations.
That collaboration. I do feel that it's going to feel more restrictive. So if you plan to be there, it's going to be very, very a lot more restrictions in place, and that's in order to keep everybody safe. I do feel a lot more. It's going to feel more restrictive if you're there. And I feel like anybody who tries anything, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And but I would, if I don't know, it would be it's going to be a tough time to move about if you're in the Earth. I have the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, both in reverse, and then I have that Ten of Swords. A lot of restrictions, hard to move about, but it's purpose because they are they're trying to keep things safe. I do feel there has been some threats, or they're on top of. They know that there are, but they're going to be on top of it. They're going to be on top of it. That's what I'm getting there.
Yeah, I love the Pentacle, Ace of Pentacle, and Queen of Pentacles, which is like that security being in place, that funding for it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Hi, Fatima. Blessings to you. Lisa, thank you. Yes. Generally speaking, it's safer to avoid crowds if one can. If not, one can always ask for protection.
Absolutely.
Surround yourself with the light.
And also, too, I think just open yourself up to your own intuition. If something doesn't feel quite right about something, trust that gut feeling.
Yes. James Carville says Trump's fingers possibly syphilis symptoms. He wasn't getting up. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not resonating. Although it's kind of funny, it's not really resonating as syphilis to me.
Yeah. And that's what they want to know.
It would explain a lot, though, like how he's a madman and he's a bit out there, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Unique One, for that question. Here we go. Well, while we're there, we might as well. There's a lot of questions on this, so we might as well look at that.
Okay.
Rebecca.
Well, I think we both have been saying, and I just said it yesterday, but I've been saying it for a while. Trump's health is going to be pretty significant in 2024. There's a health challenge there, I feel. That's like a major health challenge.
Yeah, I also saw that in my 2024 predictions. So on the same page again. All right. So what's going on with his hands?
But I'm with you, Debbie. It does kind of remind me of like a rash or like a burn is kind of what I'm picking up. It doesn't feel like it was like a symptom of something. Because when I view into Trump's health, I immediately get pulled to like the heart and the brain. I almost feel like he might have a stroke. But then I also get pulled, like I do feel like there's some dementia going on there too. Because when I tap into the headspace, it feels very, very foggy. Not focused. It's like trapped in his mind is how I kind of feel, restricted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
I think he's been upset with all the court cases and was probably playing in catch up again.
There we go. See. All right. So I'm going to do.
Yes, for entertainment purposes only. Thank
For
you.
entertainment purposes only. Oh my gosh. Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh. Well, this isn't the traditional meaning, but I think you're kind of spot on, Debbie. Because my first card out is the 6 of
Oh my gosh.
cups, and he's holding onto a candle, so it's like a burn.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was my initial when I first I'm like, oh, that feels like a burn. Okay. I'm still trying to shuffle the cards. They're not wanting to be thrown on this, but
It's so interesting because at the bottom of my deck, all 3 cards point to the hands.
that's interesting.
6 of cups here. The Ace of Pentacles, which just is kind of like covering up the earth, trying to hold on. And then there's a fire in his hands with the Hope card. It's like a fire orb.
Yeah,
So I think he was burned. I think you're right on the money, Debbie.
Probably.
And you can even get a burn too. It can be a friction burn.
Seascape. All right. Well, I'm getting positive cards in regard. I asked specifically, is this a burn?
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 very positive yes cards, and right in the middle of it, I do have the tower, but you can see the fire.
Oh yeah.
So I still do believe that. I'm going to go with that, you guys. I have to stick with what they brought me in the first place. But I do like to see the cards, and your cards were so.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the candle in the hand, I was like, "That's a bird."
That's hilarious.
And I typically wouldn't read it like that. It's funny.
I can throw on this because I know everybody wants it to be syphilis, so we'll check.
Right.
Entertainment purposes only. I'll check. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Do the pendulum.
All right. Were there marks on Trump's? I'm getting a yes to a burn with the pendulum.
Okay.
Big, big, resounding yes. Susan says, is he smoking crack? Is it from a crack pipe? No.
Oh my gosh. But well, the card, I got a no card for the question. So we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Although, I understand that some people are feeling that way, and even from readers, and that's okay.
I hadn't even heard about it until we started, so it must be new news.
And so I just did the pendulum, and it says no. That's the pendulum as well. So, all right. All right, you guys heard it here. Me and Kev. We're saying no. We're saying burn.
Burn.
Okay. Seascape. Another Republican is retiring. Jeff Duncan South Carolina will not seek re-election. How does this affect the Dems and the Republicans?
Isn't it funny that I don't find that the Republican Party has had a high moral compass lately. But even the ones that kind of stand up to Trump or like Romney, a lot of these Republicans, and I don't know who Jeff Duncan is. I don't know if he's an establishment Republican or not. That was kind of the feeling I was getting. But none of them have any courage to take him on. They would all just rather retire and kind of, go back into public life. I see that changing. I do see that changing. Some Republicans really fighting against Trump, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, at some point they must be tired of the circles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
a lot of them just kind of want to cut the cancer out of the party.
Yeah.
I feel like he's in a pretty solidly red district, though. Somebody in the chat can let me know if I'm wrong, but I almost feel like that seat stays red.
All right. So let's look. So is Jeff gonna? Okay. Yeah, it looks like. Oh, we already know he's not coming back. Oh, okay. I asked the wrong question. They're backing us up. He is retiring, and I can tell you, it's because he may be Jeff. He's riddled with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, he's stressed and anxious. This is not what he wanted to do with being in public office. It's not what he intended. I don't know him. I don't know if he's one of the far right MAGA, but underneath, I don't know what he's showing up front, but underneath, this was not his plan.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why he's left.
I get that he's tired. Like, he's so done with this circus. He's the 9 of Wands here. So it's like walking away from the battle, but just feeling exhausted. Yeah. And I think there's an element of shame, too, with what the Republican Party is turning into.
Here's what I'm looking at. It's pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get, though, that he's going to move on. And although he's kind of retiring from that seat, I do still see him in a higher level. I don't know if it's in the Republican Party, but he is kind of moving into a different direction. One that's a little bit more fulfilling with the 9 of Cups, so wishes being fulfilled, and then the Hierophant. So maybe even in some other kind of way of government. Mm-hmm. He's still the Emperor, so he's still kind of sitting firmly. But I get that he's just kind of he's tired of all of the delusion, and all of the sneaking around and all the deceit.
Yep.
I get that there's shame there, and he's just like, I got to get out of here. That's what I'm picking up.
Yeah, they're kind of like they're hopeful as far as the Republican Party. They're kind of happy to see this go, mm-hmm. And you can see that this is the beginning of a lot more truth coming to the surface. Mm-hmm. And not that Jeff is part of that, but as far as the whole thing goes, their hope, it's bringing hope. It's bringing hope. I have the Star, the 3 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. So they just see it as a positive move, mm-hmm. and a possible. They just see it as positive, I guess.
Well, I think at some point this year, too, my guides have been very clear and said that the Republican Party is going to implode. And it's almost like it's divided, and a lot of infighting, like the party split between the MAGAs and the more establishment Republicans. And I see that happening before the end of the year, but it's kind of like getting out of the circus before,
he doesn't,
hits the fan.
He doesn't want to be associated with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Trying to save
I
his
think we're going to see more of that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, we're going to see more people going, okay, this is not the shit show I signed up for. Yeah.
It's just going to get worse too. So, yeah, I mean, I think we're going to probably see here pretty soon them try to oust their speaker again and probably not be able to find anybody to take that spot. I don't know. Just chaos for the Republicans in 2024.
Okay. All right, Cindy Lou.
Interesting.
Hi, Cindy Lou. What's Kevin McCarthy doing? Is he talking to the feds now that he's out of politics? Have you connected in on his energy lately?
I almost feel like he's still kind of, I don't know if it's still fundraising for the Republican Party or, kind of working with like private interests to make some money. Because I don't see him coming back into the House. I mean, maybe he does like leadership or maybe like the RNC or something like that. But I don't know if I don't feel like he's talking to the feds though.
Well, what I know, what I sense about what I know.
What do you know, Debbie?
What do I know?
Tell us.
What I know is that Kevin McCarthy is all about Kevin McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
And he will play the game the best he can to keep himself out of trouble. And so whatever that looks like, whether or not he's holding on to anything to pull, to kind of show when needed to save himself or whatever it is, it's all about that. He just, the interesting thing about this is he doesn't really believe in anything. I don't have a sense of a strong commitment to anything.
Yeah.
It's just
all
about
self-serving.
Yeah, it's just kind of like playing this self-serving game. He doesn't. So, like in 2 years, if someone came to him and said, "Hey, we need you to run as a Democrat," and so now you're a Democrat, he'd go, "Okay." You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel that he has. I don't know. I could be complete. That's when I get a sense of him and I step into his energy. That's what I'm getting. But
I also kind of feel though, although I do feel like he might be brought up with some dark money pouring through the Republican Party. If the question's in regards of like January 6th, I don't think that he was really a part of that. I think he heard and probably knew some things, but I don't think I don't pick up that he was one to plan it. I actually feel like when the attack happened, he was shocked, he was angry.
And wanting it to stop, but
Yeah.
he was stuck in a place where, he had to, he was just.
Yeah, I don't like tapping into his energy though. It's just he's so arrogant. So
I know it's more. It's like interesting.
Yeah, he's feeling very stuck right now too. I have the death card at the bottom of the reading, which is obviously that change. He lost, he lost his battle. Now he has to kind of brainstorm, well, what's next? And then right now he's at that crossroads with the Two of Swords. Still trying to figure some things out. Like I said, I do feel like there's some money still coming through to him, and maybe that's some of the private interests or working on trying to fundraise for Republicans.
Okay, well.
I have for his future, though, he's got a lot of powerful cards, he's got the Chariot, which is kind of like momentum, things speeding up the world. So there might still be some public attention for him, and he's coming in as the King of Wands here. So kind of like that fiery, ambitious energy still coming. So I would say that he probably there's still leadership there for him, but it doesn't feel like it's in the house.
Yeah. Yeah. This whole mess that this is the end for him. He is in trouble. However, there is some trouble coming for him. I do have that.
Yeah.
I have the Death and the Justice in reverse over him, and that's not a good combo. And because of that's in place, he's going to do what he has to do to keep himself from major trouble here. It's not going to be enough, though. I don't see it being enough because of whatever he's had his hands in. It's not going to be enough to totally save him with all his connections. Yeah, and moving forward, you have the Devil in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. He's kind of lost everything.
Yeah.
Because of his connection to the devil.
Oh, wow. Karma.
Yeah. So
you don't feel like jail or anything, but I agree with you though. If he has to save himself and throw other people under the bus, he's going to do what's best for him.
It's kind of just like his whole legacy of who he wanted to kind of present and show and be is destroyed because of his connection to the devil.
Well, that's really it though, too, Debbie. When Trump goes down, he's dragging the whole party down with him. Anybody that's connected to Trump,
they're
getting pulled down with him.
Yep. So
I think in some senses, I do think 2024 is going to be a bit hard. So I think, like you were saying, it's going to be so important to stay grounded, to really be mindful of where you place your energy, and to really rise above the fear. Kind of let all of the things that are going on motivate you to speak truth to power. But, I'm going to be a bit gleeful when the justice starts to happen.
Yeah.
Banner behind us. We're going to really start to see that this
year. Because it really, when that happens, it does bring in a type of balance that we've been feeling out of balance as a country, as a globe. And when you start seeing some of the justice happening, it does offer some of that balance back in, because we sense the imbalance right now. We sense the injustice and the imbalance, and so it does, when you start seeing it does create a sense of balance,
and just not allowing all of the heaviness to drag you down with it. We're really kind of going through that shift. I know me and you have talked about it before, but really a lot of the things that are no longer serving us really have to be illuminated or brought to the surface, so that it brings in that awareness, and that we can really acknowledge some of the things that were hidden, and then learn from it, so that we can move on past it and grow and go into a much lighter energy that we're going into. So it's all about, kind of shifting, and it's hard when we're kind of dealing with all the chaos or all the big changes, but we don't resist it quite as much, and we just kind of keep our hope on that bright future happening. I think it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. I agree. Tony. Yes, Tony. Robin, hello. Robin saw on MSNBC this morning, 2 days till government shutdown. What do we see? Did you read on this with Mel?
I have read on it, although I did feel a bit of a shift. It's interesting because they keep on delaying it, and I think they're probably going to put some kind of further delay in it. I think that's what they're talking about. They can't delay it forever, but I do feel at some point a shutdown Doesn't feel like it's a long shutdown. But I've been saying it since I think September when they had to do it the first time. Like, maybe they get a deal done at the very last second, but at some point I did feel like there was going to be a shutdown. But like I said, I feel like the energy's changed from now. I was feeling like possibly a short shutdown in January. Maybe it happens in February because they have another bill that's coming up then. But I do kind of feel like they'll be able to push it. It's kind of what I've been feeling the last couple of days.
Yeah.
What are you picking up on it?
Yep. I feel like you said that there's going to be a little bit of delay.
Mhm.
But I have to say, I have the Star, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles kind of at the beginning of the story here, bringing in the hope and the solidness of keeping it open. However, you have those conservative whatevers holding it up. They're trying to what do you call it? Hijack it. They're trying to hijack it, but we're going to overcome it, guys. We're going to have victory. So that's why the energy is wonky, whether it's a yes or no, because it may be there may
you
be
have some actors that really want to sabotage it.
There you go.
I have the devil here too, so we know the crazies in the party. They're the puppets in this deck. They're the puppets to the devil.
Oh.
So we know whose puppets they are. Trump's, but then also I think it even goes a little bit higher to other people that
they want to make the administration look bad, of course.
Yeah.
So they're going to do everything they can to hijack this, and it's going to play out that way. However, we will get the victory.
I do feel like it's going to. I do feel like it's going to pass, or it's going to be delayed, or it's going to be pushed out. Because with the devil, I have the King of Swords. So them, the evil ones, the not good ones, really kind of trying to sabotage it. They have a strategy there to hold it up. But I do get us coming into balance, and the final card is the Sun.
See?
And at the bottom of the reading, at the bottom of the deck, I had the Six of Swords, so kind of moving out of turbulent waters. I think it's going to still be a bit hectic in there, but and then victory with the Six of Wands. I think you had the same one too.
There you go. Yep, I did. Yep. There will be victory. It's going to be a little wonky. It's not going to be. I don't feel it's a long.
I agree.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it was like a stopgap measure is what they do to kind of push it out. I think they're talking about doing it till February is the plan now. So maybe at some point they're going to have to pass the budget, and maybe that's when I feel like the short shutdown. But I do feel like they'll be able to kind of get something through for now. But it's gonna if Mike Johnson works with Democrats to get the budget passed, because we know people will be voting no for it. I almost feel like a similar fate that Kevin McCarthy had. I said that the moment he got in there, like we're going to oust him. He didn't know what he was signing up for.
Yeah. Oh, I saw him. But I also feel like there's something coming up.
There's scandal coming up too. I agree.
Scandal as well of all this. Because Angela says that MTG is already pushing to boot Johnson out. So Linda says that VP Harris was on The View today, and she was really great. I'll have to see if I can catch some clips of that.
Do you feel? I feel like with now that we're in 2024, I mean, Biden really. I think he's made a couple announcements and is starting to get out there to campaign. But I do feel like maybe there's not the excitement there for Biden, and the media talks about it in the polls. I do feel a big push and a lot of momentum for Biden and Democrats, like celebrities coming out. I specifically felt Taylor Swift, Obama, Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton. Like there's going to be a big push, and it feels like summertime to really make sure that he gets that people get excited.
Yeah. Now you've heard some of the narrative that they're trying to put Taylor Swift in. The right side is the
Oh, I'm sure they're not happy.
Oh my gosh, the narratives they're coming up with, it's like mind blowing. It's like, whoa, how did you get there with her telling her fan base to vote? How did you get there? Like, it's so baffling, the narrative.
Well, you know that they're not fans of young people voting too, and especially women.
You don't want
but it's interesting too, because I do see Taylor Swift coming out for Biden, but I also feel that Tennessee race against the Senate race against Marsha Blackburn, Gloria Johnson, I really see her energizing her too, because I feel like a big swing towards her. I don't know if it's enough to get her to win, but I think it's possible. It feels like it's going to be really close.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
And Democrats are really going to, I see a lot of the younger progressives, I really see them working on the communications and the messaging, which I think is so important and has been lacking in the Democratic Party the last few cycles.
I just missed what you just said, but I was looking at questions.
Okay. It's not easy to juggle both. I get
it. I used to be so much better at juggling. All right. All right. What did you say? I missed it. I think it was good.
Oh, no, I was just saying that a lot of the fiery progressives, the younger upcoming leadership for the Democratic Party, I see them really going out and playing fire with the Republicans and really working on that messaging, which I feel like the Democrats haven't been the best with the last few election cycles.
Well, we need that. We need that new energy. We need that new ability to communicate and communicate well. And also, you know,
bringing that passion and that fire,
fire up, bringing that fire up. Hi, Kevin, medium, hugging you.
Hey, Kev.
All right, James. Hi, James. And welcome in, everybody. We see you. It's wonderful to have you this Wednesday. I can't believe how fast the time is going. Okay, question. Will the U.S. intervention of the
Houthis, I don't know
help expedite the end of the conflict in Gaza? Okay. Am I here, let me see. I need to look up.
It's that Iran-backed terrorist group in Yemen.
Okay, thank you.
That they've been shooting at. The Middle East to me feels like it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. I'll be completely honest. I do feel like there's some escalating tensions, but I don't see the U.S. getting involved in that war or leading to war with Iran. But I do see it continuing to kind of escalate. But to me, it feels like although it's connected to Israel and Gaza, it feels like it's a bit separate too. If that makes sense, like us intervening with the Iran-backed group, it just kind of elevates the energy in the Middle East, but it doesn't feel like it's directly connected to Gaza, if that makes sense. I think that they're focusing on that group because Iran's been asking them to affect the trading, all the ships that go through there, and they're causing a big mess with that. So the U.S. and our allies are really kind of going in, firmly to make sure that we can get our trade through those shipping lanes.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't feel it turning out into an all-out war, but it does feel like it escalates. The thing with the Gaza and Israel, I do feel like there's Netanyahu will be out, but I don't see him really giving up until the people kind of demand and throw him out of office. And then I kind of feel a younger female kind of energy coming in and it helping with that two-state solution.
Yeah, I saw Netanyahu being forced out a while ago. Not that he was forced out a while ago, but I did see him going to be forced out. Like he's not a good guy. Like he's
Yeah.
and that was when this all first started being initiated. In fact, I'm surprised he's still there. But you know, it's interesting this question. And James, I wish I knew more about all of this. It's just, but I can just say it's just all heartbreaking. But in regard to the United States intervention, what I'm being shown here, and I don't understand it, but James, you might understand it. There's something, and for entertainment purposes only, there's something that is oppressing the United States from really being able to take action at this moment that would help expedite the end of this conflict. And I don't know if something's being held over us, and like I don't know if there's rules and restrictions or something in the past that that the U.S. did, but it's causing us to be in a place of being restrictive.
Yeah.
Restricted.
It's heartbreaking to see what's going on in Gaza.
It's not playing out well, but you can see what I'm looking at here, James, as well. But when I was just kind of stepping into this, it's just like there's something that's kind of and I just saw like a restriction, like our hands here, and we want to do this, but we can't because of something, and I don't know what that is. I don't have enough.
It almost feels like though too.
You can
there's
see,
really I'm sorry.
This is what I'm looking at. I have the Six of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords, yeah, and the Ten of Swords. So lots of swords here, but you can see what I'm looking at, and it's restricted. However, the outcomes, we're going to be able to we're going to be able to assist. But you also, there's some fight with there's also some muddling here, James, with the Conservative Party here. There's some muddling there as well. That's kind of in that help, kind of a part of that oppression. Okay, but the outcome is good. I mean, it's not soon enough, but we will have a positive outcome. Okay, but it getting there. It's just like we want it expedited, but this is the mess we're moving through. There's layers and layers here, James, that I don't understand, but I hope that you do.
It almost feels like they don't want to take things too far and have it spiral out of control into a huge war, and that's kind of what it would turn into, which is kind of the restriction.
That too.
But I agree too. It is being used because we're like you were saying about like the conservatives or even Republicans. Like it doesn't do Democrats very good with what's going on over there too. So it is kind of being influenced, I think, by foreign agents to maybe have somebody like Trump be reelected or to help his chances.
Yeah, there's something going on that's a little shady, and I'm not a conspiracy theory person, so but hopefully James, you know what we're talking, what's coming through here, because it's kind of unclear for me. But it sounds like you understand. It sounds like you got it.
I see it getting a little worse before it gets better, but I do, like I said, I do not feel like it's going to escalate into a world war. I know other people have said that. I do feel like heightened tensions, where maybe it gets close to that, but I don't see it actually boiling over to that point. And then I kind of see things starting to calm down once they can get Netanyahu out of there.
And what my guides are saying here as well is we're only being shown in part, and there's so much more to this. And so if you find yourself being pulled in one direction or another and starting to make judgment on the administration or judgment on this or that, I'm getting a warning sign, because it's just like we don't know. We only are knowing in part.
Yeah.
But what we do know is there's people being killed and being held, and that's what we know, and we don't. That's what we don't like, right? That's what is spurring us because of this horrific injustice happening to people.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
And so, but as far as understanding and the underlying things and holding on to, they said, just know that we only know in part of why things are happening, or this like why it's not being stopped, or why this or why that. There's a layer here, and I'm going to let this go because it's a lot of deep stuff coming through here.
Yeah.
Oof. Let's look here. So a lot of these questions came in, they're duplicates that we've already read. So, okay. All right. Do you see anyone that you wanted?
No, I wasn't looking at the start, but I'm open for whatever you want to pull up, Debbie.
All right. Sorry, guys.
I prefer
I'm
to.
a little wonky because of the energy I just was in. So I'm like, what am I looking at? I'm still.
I would prefer to stay away from the second question that you have starred, if at all possible, just because I think it's important to respect people's privacy.
Yeah. That's why it's still there. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Okay. Lene, hello. Oh, look at that baby kitty.
That's what I was just looking at too.
How soon will Congress start being indicted? Okay, I'm going to take a drink because I'm still stuck in that.
You're okay. I can take charge if you need it for a second. Timing's always a bit hard, but I do almost feel, it's going to happen before the election. I think I'm feeling like April is kind of standing out to me. April, March, or April, May. I almost feel like they want to start getting Trump's document trial started and putting the energy all into that before they start going after everybody else. Yeah. But I did see Merrick Garland. It was a couple of weeks ago. He did a press conference about all of the threats to elected officials and all of that, and he brought up the January 6th, and I felt like he gave the Republicans just that reminder that he hasn't forgotten, and accountability there.
I've forgotten.
He hasn't forgotten. I did feel like it was like a threat to those, because he made a comment about those that participated and those who planned the insurrection. We were coming after you. So I think that was definitely, like you said, he hasn't forgotten. So I do see after they're done focusing on Trump, um, them starting to go after the Congress. Like I said, it feels like April, May.
Okay. Yeah. I did get something happening on April 17th, but I don't know that it's this, but I do uh entertainment purposes only. I pulled out the timing cards, guys.
What'd you get?
Is when I pull out the timing cards. It's for entertainment purposes only. But I did get Racing Against Time, and I did get
Really?
May. So out of all these cards, it's over 100 cards, we got May, and they're working on it.
Yeah.
They're working.
I do feel like there's a lot of heavy energy, like April, May. I think you said April 17th was coming through strongly, but it just feels like summer is really when I feel like that implosion to the Republican Party. Like this summer is going to be, it's not going to be good for Trump and the Republicans.
No, no, no.
And there's a powerful solar eclipse in April too. I think it's early April, right?
I think so. And I know that one of our family here, I know that some of our family are astrologers, so they'll let us know, but I think you're right.
I almost feel like too, and not to say that it's totally political, but I do feel like some of the cases they did kind of want to bring up before the election too. Because we know how Americans forget about things, you know, with how quickly everything moves. They want it to be fresh on their mind when they go to vote.
I know. All right. I was just thinking about that, Kevin, how we are so malleable to, if it's not in our face, we totally just kind of move on and forget.
How many people have forgotten about the insurrection from the Republican Party? I mean, there's the denial there too, but
yeah, they're like, that didn't even happen.
Polls, yeah, it was a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
Really, I think most Americans view it very differently, but there's just, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They can't come to terms with it, some on the Republicans and those that watch a certain news network.
Okay, there's been several people wanting to know about Grassley, so we should look at that and send healing light and prayers
and guidance that he'll decide to finally retire.
I know,
yeah, we don't know any of harm. I'll just say,
it's an interesting position to be, because it would be like, I don't feel good. Like I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I want to kind of go, okay, I'm gonna go do what I want. I don't want to spend my day. But these people, they're in it to win it, man. They don't play, and they you know, like not Lindsey Graham, the other one, Mitch says he's like, oh, I'll die on the. He won't. You know what I mean? They don't retire.
I see McConnell leaving in 2024, but you know, I don't want to put it out there that way, but I do feel like the health kind of comes back in for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting though, because when I think Grassley was up for re-election in 2022, when I did my predictions, I swear he had the worst cards that I've ever seen. I think that even worse than Trump's. Like every bad card in the deck: the Devil, Ten of Swords, Tower, the Moon, Seven of Swords. He had like every bad card in the deck. And I was like, are we going to actually get a shock here and he's going to lose? But I think it's probably just, you know, not being in a good place for his future, but he had horrible cards.
You know, I don't know that he will retire. But I do, like, not on his terms there, but I do feel that he's going to be forced to leave, because of his illness, because of whatever illness that keeps coming back around or whatever he's dealing with. I do feel there might be a forced exit there to leave the Senate. I'm not saying end of time for him, but just end of Senate for him.
I agree with that, but I do feel him trying to hold on so desperately.
He's holding on. I don't see him. He's solid in there to him in his mind, but his illness is going to come, and I do feel at the end of the day, there's going to be a forced kind of. He's not happy with that decision that's kind of being made for him, handed to him. He's going to be forced to go, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I agree. I have the Emperor, so he's like trying to hold on. He's trying to defend himself. He's trying to keep fighting. Ten of Pentacles, so like the money and all of the collaborations here that he's done, and he wants to be successful. But I do think my first card out was the Three of Swords. So there's disappointment there. There's sadness there. Is kind of what I was feeling. Like disappointment being forced out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like he's in a good place. I mean, he's got the Page of Cups right now, which is kind of on the mend, but it's also, for me, when I saw it, it's like all of the medicine that he's on, it feels like it's a bit hard on his body. And like it came on very suddenly too with the Chariot.
Oh, well, that illness that he has right now, yeah. Ooh.
And my final card out for him is the Five of Swords, which is kind of retreat.
Yeah, he can't beat this. He's not going to beat it. Mm-mm.
I think he might go back for a little bit before he's forced out. That's kind of what I'm feeling, but he really wants to hang on.
So Steve says he has pneumonia right now and is fighting for himself. That makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, he does not. His plan isn't to. Anyway, send him healing thoughts and prayers, no matter what you think of him. Love and light. Okay.
Do you feel, Debbie, that they're gonna, when they start putting rules and regulations in place for Congress, do you think they're gonna eventually put in some kind of what is it? Not term limit, but an age restriction at some point? Or term limits, because some of them stay in office for 40, 50 years.
I think they're gonna. I do feel they're gonna move more towards a term limit than age, because age doesn't always dictate how you can serve.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see as time moves on that literally you can have someone who's 80, but literally moving about at 45, 50 years old. The way our medical is moving, age isn't the thing, but it's your mind. So, yeah, 90. Yeah, I hear you.
I think so. I think it's more of like
I do feel like I think they may try to combat it first with a limit, because then you're not going to be in there till you're 90, because you only got the 4 years to do what you were going to do, right? So I do feel they may go that direction first before they start hitting on people for their age.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I don't think it's a little while out too, but I do feel that at some point.
Yeah. So so thanks everyone for being here today. We are at time, but usually at the end, Kevin, I pull either an oracle card or a card and give a positive message for the family here that we can take with us towards the end of the week. And so, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. All right. So this card is for you guys. Hi, Ian McGrath. It's been a while. Oh, that makes sense. He's coming from your chin. I'm like, I haven't seen Ian in a long time.
Oh. I pulled a postcard from Spirit, and The message with it, there's a beautiful unicorn. It says, "You are magic." The message is, "Dear you, there is only one of you, and you have a unique place in the universe. Sometimes situations come up that challenge you to be authentic, and that means you have to be fully yourself and let go of what you think others may want. Now is not the time to conform to other people's standards or expectations. Be proud of who you are and be courageous. Stand tall in your convictions. Being yourself is a powerful statement and will only lead you to success and ultimately happiness. Don't compare yourself to other people. Want what you have, choose what your heart wants, and know that your purpose is yours alone. No one else can claim your magic nor take it away. When you place authenticity and originality high on your list of priorities and give them a prominent place in your awareness, extraordinary things happen. Your life is a beautiful one. Love you always and forever." I got goosebumps with that. What a
I love
beautiful
that.
message.
You be your beautiful, magical, unique self. I
Yeah.
love it. And what a great reminder, you guys. You be you.
Especially in all of the the chaotic times. Just stay true
Mhm.
to who you are. Really embrace your own uniqueness and stand proud and strong with who you are and and what you stand for.
So I pulled from my angel deck, and so the angel that's going to be with us all this week that we can call upon at any time is the angel of communication, and I
Mm,
love that. She talks about, she pulls in that speaking your truth, which kind of goes along with the spirit card in living your truth, being
mm,
fully who you are. But there is a message for us, another message coming in for us with the communication. They want to encourage us to listen, because that's part of communication. Listen to listen. Don't listen to respond.
mm,
And so, with that, it's going to help you really with that in connecting on a deeper level, but also teach us that we don't have to react. It just it puts us in another energy level in communication. Listen, not to respond, just listen to listen.
mm.
Because then you can really, it deepens that connection with that person you're having that communication with. So thank you, Angel of
Mm.
Communication.
I love that. I
All
love that
right.
message too. And it's kind of a reminder too when you listen to listen, it kind of brings your awareness in the present moment too.
Yes, that's the thing. Being in the now, because when you're
Mhm.
listening to give your response, it's like you miss the whole moment. You miss the
Yeah.
whole connection. And so yeah, love you guys. And
Thank you.
I'll see you Friday. I'm on Friday night, Newsflash Friday. Lisa's on this Friday with me. Do you have something coming up, Kevin?
I have a show with Mel Dore at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, so on Thursday. And then next Monday, I have my members live, where I do mini personal readings. I pick a winner for a free reading and Reiki session. I am excited. I'm going to be on Deanne Shield Maiden's channel, and Susan Lynn's going to join us. So
Oh,
we have some
cool.
fun collabs in the works.
You have exciting week coming. That's
Yeah, very
great.
busy.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you so much,
I do
Debbie.
members on Friday. We do a Zoom meetup, so and we have a good
Fun.
time. All right, love you guys. Have a good rest of your week, and stay warm.
Bye, everyone.